A good Friday to everyone, and I don't mean the Good Friday of the Holy Week. This is Benji Chidoro. It's November 27, 2020, the last day of the month. And Monday is a holiday because Monday is Bonifacio Day. Meron po akong trivia sa inyo in commemoration of the great plebeian Andres Bonifacio. Saan nakalibing ang mga labi ni Andres Bonifacio? A. Manila North Cemetery. B. Libingan ng mga bayani. C. Monumento ni Bonifacio sa Caloocan. D. National Museum. At E. None of the above. Pag-isipan niyo po yung mabuti, bawal mag-Google. Sasagutin po natin yan mamaya. Samantala, I would like to acknowledge your comments. And one of them was from Aaron Neil Cuenca. Ano po pala ang masasabi ninyo regarding MSCI rebalancing ng RLC? Delikado ba ito para sa mga investors? Sasagutin ko po yan when we review RLC later. We would also take a look at the request of Gabi Marcelino. Hi sir, would you mind looking at ICT and SEB stocks? Been wondering bakit suddenly pa-downtrend sila. Thank you. Okay, we'll include your request, ICT and SEB stocks, in our review later. In the meantime, we have news on ATN Holdings kasama pong resulta ng ating Philippine Stock Index dito lamang sa November month-end edition ng The Stock Market Today. Bago po ang lahat, basahin po muna natin ang ating reminders at disclaimers. At habang binabasa po natin ito, kung first time niya po dito sa ating channel, ay nag-start po akong magbigay ng daily stock market report noong August. Inaanyayahan ko po kayo na mag-subscribe sa aking channel para palagi po tayong updated sa balikat impormasyon tungkol sa stock market at ang mga active stocks sa merkado. And since early 2000 ay nag-start po akong mag-invest regularly sa UITFs at pagkatapos sa isa stocks. Salamat po at tignan po muna natin ang ating mga balita. From the business world, ATN Holdings eyes 1 billion sales until 2022 from infra projects. ATN Holdings Inc. is looking to generate 1 billion in the next 2 years from selling construction materials that will help it ride on the Philippines' increased investments on infrastructure. In a disclosure to the exchange on Thursday, the diversified company said it is positioned to grab a significant portion of the expected demand for construction materials through the government's Build program. It said it has a stockpile of about 1 million tons of finished goods, more than 200 million tons of rock reserves, hollow blocks to support the construction of 5 million mass housing units, and a facility that has an hourly capacity of 500 tons. We are initially setting a 1 billion sales target for 2021 to 2022 to be derived from a combination of rock aggregates, premixed concrete, and boulders, ATN Chairman and CEO Arsenio Tinang said in a statement. Among the projects ATN identified to support infrastructure build-out are the Metro Manila Subway Project, the NLEX-SLEX Connector Road Project, the Bulacan Airport Project, and reclamation initiatives in Luzon Island. So let's now go to the PSE and how it fared. The PSE index declined for the fourth day to end at 6791.46, 1.97% lower or 136.29 points down. 129 companies advanced, 75 declined while 50 remained unchanged, and there was net foreign selling at 3.17 billion. For the sector indices, all sector indices are down except for mining and services. Mining registered a 1.86% increase while the services had 20.23%. The decliners was led by the holding companies at 2.9%. In the meantime, the all share indices had a 37.81 point decline. So let's now take a look at the most active stocks in the PSE. Okay, so now let's review RLC, BPI, SMPH, URC, BDO, MBT, ACEN, ATN, WLCON, and PCOR. Let's also include the request of Gabi Marcelino. for ICT and SEB, which we will do after RLC. Okay, the first stock is RLC. Oh, RLC had a red candlestick again, the third red candlestick for the week. And if you'll notice the candlesticks of RLC, here is a reverse hammer, which is a morning star rather, which is a sign of reversal. And this was confirmed by the succeeding candlestick, which is a solid red, then followed by another morning star. I see the short candlestick here as a sign of weakening of the trend, although our EMA 20 is still right under the candlestick. So let's see, if we see a green candlestick on Monday, then it is possible that the trend is reversing. So it ended at 1662 or 2.24%, probably because of the rebalancing of the MSCI. As you know, the Morgan Stanley Composite Index, there were changes this month wherein RLC was removed from the main index. What the guys from RLC did was to reclassify RLC from the main index to the small cap index. It was not totally removed, it was reclassified. So here, I see that the price may test this resistance level here, or rather the support level. Here, this is a year support, because there is a resistance here that became a support. Come Monday or Tuesday, just observe what happens to RLC, to the prices. If it bounces here, so there's a possibility that a bounce and prices may move higher. I see a support level here at 615. Now, let's now go to the question of Aaron Neil Cuenca. Ang tanong niya is, ano po pala ang masasabi ninyo regarding MSCI rebalancing ng RLC? Delikado ba ito para sa mga investors? Magandang tanong yan, Aaron, no? But before I answer your question, for the benefit of our viewers, ano muna ang MSCI? Ang MSCI means Morgan Stanley Composite Index. Ito ay isang private index na ginawa ng Morgan Stanley para maging guide ng mga foreign fund manager na nais mag-invest sa mga countries na considered emerging markets. Kasama dyan ang Philippines. Hindi po ito sanction ng any regulatory agency in the Philippines. Hindi po sanction ito ng PSE. Ito ay personal index of Morgan Stanley. Pero foreign fund managers look into this index and the companies na kasama ng MSCI Index. Yan ang mga companies na maaaring i-consider para paglaanan ng mga fund managers as part of their investment in the Philippines. In other words, those that comprises the index, the Morgan Stanley Index, are the companies which are being considered as companies for investment in the Philippines ng mga foreign funds. Ang MSCI sa Philippines ay composed of two indices. Ang MSCI Philippine Index, composed of large and medium capitalized companies, and the MSCI Small Cap Index, composed of small cap Philippine companies. So dalawa po yan, ha? Yung large and medium MSCI Index, yan yung main index. And the other index is the MSCI Small Cap Index. Kabilang sa MSCI Index ay ang RLC. Now this November, sabi ng MSCI, I will remove RLC from the Philippine Index at ililipat ko siya sa Small Cap Index. And in addition to that, as additional info, si ACEN napasama na rin sa Small Cap Index. But nevertheless, so given that background, ang question ni Aaron Neil, if I will rephrase, ang paglipat ba ng RLC from the MSCI main index to the Small Cap Index ay may effect sa kanyang price? Siguro yan po ang tanong nyo. Now, my answer is, in the short term, RLC may experience a dip in the price. Why? Because foreign funds may initially withdraw their investments from RLC and transfer it elsewhere. However, short term lang ito. Remember, RLC was not totally removed from MSCI. It was just rebalanced or reclassified to the MSCI Small Cap Index. So meron pa rin papasok na foreign funds sa RLC. But in the long term, the financials of RLC remains healthy. Why? I can give you 4 reasons. Yung third quarter earnings ni RLC is up 38% quarter on quarter. Yung third quarter residential sales niya is 67% up. Yung RLC's residential project sa China is sold out as of September 2020. And The company is planning to list its own REIT or yung Real Estate Investment Trust in 2021. And just to give you an idea, Nomura's price target for the stock of 21 per share had not changed. And as of today, yung closing price niya, 1662. It has a possible upside of 26%. Okay, Aaron? I hope I have sufficiently answered your question. Kung may question ka pa or may question po kayo, mga kaibigan, please comment on the comment box and I will do my best to answer. Maraming salamat. So, this is, we're done with RLC. May net foreign selling, yan, 784. And malaki yung binaba niya since November 25. So, November 15 lumabas ang news Pero tumaas pa siya, from here, November 15, tapos tumaas. So, I wouldn't think that this is the cause. Although, yung effective na date of reclassification is November 27 today. Kaya siguro nagkaganito. Okay, let's now take a look at ICT. ICT, what happened here? There are two solid red candlesticks and let's put up our indicators. Probably market sentiment, but if you'll take a look at the news, merong sale of treasury shares. Let's take a look at this. Can you see that? SEC, sale of ICT treasury shares. Pursuant to the disclosure on November 25, wherein the board of directors of ICT approved the sale of the corporation's up to 40 million common shares of the corporation's its treasury shares into a placement agreement to sell 40 million at a price of 117 per share, representing a 3.9% discount in yesterday's close. So that may be the reason on why the stock of ICT fell from an opening of yesterday 119. The other day it closed at 127, closed at 121. Then yesterday it closed at 116.80, just about the price of the treasury shares. Treasury shares are the shares that the company bought back from the public or bought back from the market, and they sold the treasury shares in order to raise funds. And that is why yung presyo ng ICT from a high of here 128 naging 117 because they sold it at a discount. That's the reason. But ICT is still a very good company, and it's just part of their fundraising, and part of this is market sentiment. So now let's take a look at the nearest support of ICT. Okay, ICT had a doji. So this doji here is an uncertain candlestick, but let's see on Tuesday, if we see a green candlestick, then there is a probable sign of reversal. And another green candlestick the following day, then that is already a confirmation that the trend is reversing. In the meantime, I see the support at 115. And then let's take a look at SEB. Si SEB naman ay 1, 2, 3, 4 candlesticks, red candlestick, and this one is a hanging man or a reverse a hammer. What you'll notice here is that I drew a support at 45, and when it reached that support, the price bounced. So Cebu is now at 47. It lost 1.25 points. Now, what's causing this? Probably it's market sentiment, but if you take a look at the news, meron siyang fundraising, meron siyang stock rights offering, and then meron siyang fundraising for 250 million. So just like any other airline, PAL is having a financial restructuring. The airline industry is down, not only here in the Philippines, but around the world. Sa US, down ang airline stocks. So we are not immune to this, and Cebu Pacific is not immune to this. So I think what's causing here, the drop here, is market sentiment, the same way as it is affecting the index now. In the meantime, ito yung support level niya at 45, and the nearest resistance is at 52. So let's say on Monday, if we see a green candlestick here, then it is an indication that there is probably a sign of reversal. Or if we see a green and another confirmation green candlestick, then nag-reverse na yung trend. Or another red candlestick, or probably nagko-consolidate lang yung stock. Okay, so let's take a look at the next stock. Okay, next stock is BPI. See, BPI had a solid red candlestick. It's an engulfing candlestick. So nasakop niya yung mga gaps dito. May mga gaps dito in between. So nasakop niya yan. And kinover niya yan. And it had a drop of 5.68%. Medyo malaki yung drop. So maaring nagko-consolidate lang to si BPI because now is a Friday. But siguro, let's see what will happen on Monday. In the meantime, ang kanyang nearest support is here. Actually, nasa support area siya. Pero after that support level, ang pinakamalapit is here. Nasa 80. 80 to 78 ang nearest support area niya. O sabihin na natin 79. So, i-retest niya yung support level na yan. And probably, let's see what will happen on Monday. And then, let's take a look at SMPH, our next stock. Another red candlestick. Friday is a profit-taking day in the PSE. And it looks like wala namang nagwi-window dress dito, no? So, I think this is market sentiment that's driving the prices down. And if you'll see our indicators, ito nagko-cross na siya sa EMA20 indicating a bearish trend. And our RSI is also bearish. Kung ito-draw natin yung trend line ng RSI, pababa siya. So, may bearish sentiment siya. And the RSI is just barely touching the 51 level. Now, if you analyze the candlestick, makikita niyo yung body ng candlestick dito is, you call this a bearish abandoned baby. Anyway, it's a candlestick with a short body. So, tingnan natin sa Monday what will happen. Kasi ito yung, kung paliit ng paliit yung kanyang candlestick body, it is an indication that there may be a trend reversal. Pero yung long term, yung leading indicator natin, which is the RSI, is telling us that the trend is bearish. And if you will see, our indicator, the EMA20, crosses the candlestick, which is the beginning of saying that the trend is going down. In the meantime, this may test the support of 34.50. The nearest support level. It may test this support level. So, observe po natin sa Monday. Next is URC. Okay, URC, naku, another red candlestick here. There is an engulfing here. There is a green candlestick, pero hindi siya reverse, sign of reversal. Nagkaroon ng red candlestick dito. And the RSI went below the 50 level, the bullish level of 50. So, it ended at 142 at 4 or 4.05% lower. So, nasa support area na siya, and the next support level that it may revisit is the 135. So, tingnan natin sa Monday. What will happen? Pero kung merong green candlestick siya dito on Monday, maaaring nagko-consolidate lang yan si Universal Rufina. Kasi, right now, nagpo-profit taking ang PSE. So, ito kasi, hindi siya consistent na red candlestick, meron siyang green mixed yung candlesticks niya. So, maaaring nagko-consolidate lang siya on this level here. So, right now, nasa support level siya. The nearest resistance is here, 154. Next, let's take a look at BDO. Okay, BDO, another red candlestick, although very short yung mga candlesticks niya. And there is a bearish sentiment, although the candlestick, still above our EMA20. Now, bumababa yung ating RSI. And the next level that it may test is this area. The support. This is the next nearest support level. 97 or 98. 98 to 100 level nearest support here. So, observe natin what will happen on Monday. As far as I am concerned, pababa yung kanyang trend because of 3 successive red candlesticks. Sana mag-bounce siya dito pagdating sa 100 kasi the economy is already opening up. So, nagkakaroon lamang ng possible rest or consolidation ang stock. Next, let's take a look at MBT. MBT, look at that. 3 red successive, pero nagkaroon siya ng green dito. Mukhang may recovery siya. So, ibig sabihin nito, I would say na nagko-consolidate lang itong stock nito at this level. So, it's testing the support level here. So, ito test niyo yung 45. It went as low as 46. So, green candlestick siya ngayon. Sa akin, tingin ko dyan is consolidation lang tong si MBT. And you'll see na yung stock, although bumaba siya, gumalaw din yung RSI. Tumaas siya ng konti. So, sa akin, magko-consolidate lang yan. And it may test the resistance of mga 50 or 49. So maaaring mag-move lang siya within that level. Okay, ACEN. ACEN had a green candlestick now. So nagbabounce lang siya. And probably because ACEN had a green candlestick because net foreign buying. Dahil napasama siya sa small cap index ng MSCI or the Morgan Stanley Composite Index. Hindi po to official index na po. Ang MSCI is not an official index. It is a private index created by Morgan Stanley and managed by Morgan Stanley. And this serves as a guide, tulad ng sabi ko kanina, in reply to the question of Aaron, na guide lang yan, pero tinitignan po yan ng foreign managers. Since nataglag siya sa index, bumibili ngayon yung mga foreign fund managers ng mga index stocks ng Morgan Stanley. So, ito yung support level. I sometimes interchange support and resistance. The support is the lower level, which is at 5.80. So far, the resistance is the highest point. In the absence of historical data, ito siya. The highest point here, 6.95, 6.93 level. So it's about the 7 or the 6.95 area. So maaaring dyan lang siya maglaro, or it may probably move higher because of positive sentiment on AC Energy. Kasi maraming good things ang nangyayari kay AC Energy. Yung kanyang stock rise, the new investor, and good fundamentals, and pag-include niya sa MSCI Index. Next, let's take a look at ATN. Oh, ATN, look at that. Meron akong position dito dati, nabili ko dito, but I sold it. Sold it nung tumaas. Anyway, tuloy-tuloy yung pagtaas niya. Alam niyo ba yung negosyo nitong ATN? Gravel. And high-grade gravel yung kanyang negosyo. So, it thrives on construction. Nakita natin sa news kanina, marami siyang project, is poised to supply raw materials or gravel to the projects of MY, yung North-South Railway, yung mga yung sa bagong airport sa Bulacan, yan ang isusupply niya. Yung reclamation project, yan, siya nagsusupply ng raw materials dyan. Kaya tumataas yung stock. This appears to be a breakout. So, sana masustain yung breakout niya. It's above average level. So, the nearest support is actually here. And if you'll see, historically, the stock reached actually, this is a 52-week high, no? Pero, kung titingnan natin, ang high niya is nandito na In 2019, ang high niya is 1.57. Pwede natin sabihin na yung nearest resistance ni ATN, maaaring i-retest niya ito. 1.15, 1.16 level yung nearest resistance niya. So, the moment that you see another green candle gap up, so possible na tumuloy yung ATN. So, pero ingat lang tayo, no? Because hindi ito popular stock. And there are times na yung trades niya is konting-konti lang. But this time, medyo marami. And it has been going up in the past few days. So, ingat lang tayo dito sa ATN. Baka bili kayo sa mataas and then hindi kayo naka-out, biglang bumaba. Okay, next, let's take a look at WLCON. WLCON, oh, look at that. Solid green candlestick. It's a breakout. And it's the highest, this is at the highest price since, tingnan natin, March 3, 2020. And the increase is 7.14%. Above average pa yung volume. Okay? Tingnan natin, no? Kasi a breakout lasts 3 to 5 days. Pero if you see another green candlestick tomorrow, pwede pa kayong pumasok. But make sure that you have your risk management, you have a trading plan. Okay? WLCON profits slips 3% on slow. Pero maliit lang yung 3%. Technically, pwede pa kayo mag-ride dito. Dahil nag-open up na yung economy. Okay, finally, we have PCOR. Look at that, another breakout. So, umakyat pa siya. PCOR had 62.51% income. Wow, that's great. Net foreign buying. Again, a breakout lasts 2 to 3 days. Actually, the first breakout is here. Tapos nagkaroon ng pullback. Pullback na pataas. I don't know how you call that. Kasi kay Jason Cam, dalawa lang naman yung pullbacks the classic and the flag but neither is it a classic or a flag, no? Kasi ang classic is horizontal Yung flag is may pababang konti. Pero ito pataas siya So most probably this is a classic pullback, no? So ito merong hindi decreasing volume, merong malaking volume din. Pero ito, this is a solid green candlestick eh. So tumaas siya. The next level na pwede natin bantayan as a resistance would be here. 4.60. Yung next level of resistance na pwede natin tingnan. However, the support, I see the nearest is here. Pero mas likely tataas pa ito. Dahil yung volume niya in the past few days is unusually high, no? Net foreign buying pa siya, meaning bullish yung mga foreign companies on the stock. And if you take a look also of the RSI, may bullish divergence siya. So that's one good news for Petron, who had been consolidating for a long time. Pero just see the potential of the stock. So matagal na yung stock na ito eh. Ang tumaas siya ng, let's see, 10, 12, 15 eh. Actually, tumaas siya hanggang 12, up to 15 I think. 15, no? 16. 15.95, 15.96. Eh, nasa 4 pesos lang to, yung stock. So just imagine yung potential ni Petron Corporation. Ngayon lang siya bumabawi. Okay, so, before we end, ito nga pala yung ating trivia question. Anong sagot nyo dito? A, B, C, or D? So, saan nakalibing ang labi ni Andres Bonifacio? Manila North, Libingan ng mga Bayani, Monumento, National Museum, none of the above. Congratulations to those who answered E, none of the above. Bakit? Hanggang ngayon ay hindi alam kung saan nakalibing ang mga labi ni Bonifacio. According to historian Ambet Ocampo, si Bonifacio was executed in Maragondon, Cavite on May 10, 1897, together with his brother Procopio, because the Revolutionary Court of Emilio Aguinaldo found him guilty of treason and were sentenced to death. They were both buried in the same grave, but that grave was never found. And that's why we celebrate Bonifacio Day on Bonifacio's birthday, November 30. Yan po ang ating stock market report today, November 27, month end. Enjoy your long weekend. Ito po si Benji Chidoro nagpapaalala, mag-ingat po kayo. An investment in knowledge pays the best interest. Maraming salamat sa inyong pagtangkilik. See you on Tuesday.